Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all the latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, I do want to let you guys know that there will not be a Mobile Weekly next week, and that's simply because I will still be basically arriving on a plane. Going to Boston this coming week from Tuesday to Sunday for PAX East. Pretty excited about it. Never been to this convention. So it'll be really cool to cover it and see what they have there. If there's anything you guys want me to check out, please message me on YouTube, message me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can. Let me know what you guys want to see and I will try to cover it while I'm there. But some really cool stuff. I'll be presenting something for Intel as well, so that's really cool. Just can't wait to see what they have. So just a lot of fun stuff. Stay tuned to social media for sure. I might be meeting up with another robot. If you saw the previous robot video I did, it should be fun. So really can't wait to be, I'm going to be RICKY, the robot guy, you know? But yeah, it should be a lot of fun and definitely some good times. All right, but that being said, now let's get to this week's news. And I was afraid, you know, would we have that much news because we just did a video on Wednesday, but there were a few articles that caught my eye that I wanted to share with you guys. First and foremost, OnePlus is having another launch event. Now, this is going to be on the 28th of April, so we will not have another Mobile Weekly before this launch, unfortunately, just because of what I just said a second ago. But it is going to be pretty interesting to see how things will turn out for OnePlus with this. Now, what are they going to be doing at this event? Well, they're going to be launching the OnePlus 10R and possibly another Nord. So pretty cool. Basically, the 10R I'm really more looking forward to because of its possibilities. The 10R I feel is more closely to what OnePlus used to be in terms of the flagship killer, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, if all things go according to plan, this one very well could end up at a around $500 price point. Now, the one downside is we don't know if it's coming to the US yet. We don't know which countries it's going to be in. You know, the 9R was in India last year, but not every other country got it. So the 10R, the big change that they're making that could very well make it a faster speed as well as a lower cost, is they're going to be using a MediaTek processor. Now, most of you guys know Snapdragon by now. Obviously, they're the top processor manufacturer in mobile. They manufacture more mobile chips than anyone else. That being said, Qualcomm is the manufacturer behind the Snapdragon series. The one second to them is MediaTek, and MediaTek makes many chips because they make it on most mid-tier and entry-level phones, but definitely on pretty much every smart home device out in the market, you have a MediaTek processor. Very energy efficient, very well priced, and gives you exactly what you need for the price point. Now, they are going to be having in this 10R the Dimensity 8100 Max. Now, the reason you should start to learn about MediaTek is because this is actually going to be a solution not only for OnePlus here, but this is supposed to be the same kind of tactic that also Samsung is going to be using later on this year when it comes to the S22 FE. The S22 FE we expect to see after August, and when we do get to see it, we're expecting it to have a MediaTek Dimensity 9000 processor. So it's going to be very, you know, the 9000 is supposed to be comparable to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. So this one is a little bit lower than it, but if it gets OnePlus to be at a lower price point, I'm all for it. Like, I think that's great. Let's get OnePlus down to a lower price point so they can sell more phones. Because honestly, as long as they compete with Samsung in price point, I don't think they're ever really gonna make the difference that they would like to. It's always Ever since Samsung established themselves as the top gun in the Android market, HTC and LG had to differentiate themselves. And when they did it, it really showed, right? Like, HTC used to be the best sound. You used to have better audio coming out of an HTC than any other smartphone on the market, and that really differentiated themselves. LG, it was always something interesting and new and different, right? They had the modular design, they had the curve. They were, I believe, if not, I'm not mistaken, LG's curve phone, that like Flex phone, LG Flex. I think that was even before Samsung's Round, which was I think their first bendable style phone. So all of these things were happening, right? And then OnePlus came along, and what they had was price point. They gave you a high-end processor, and everything else was decent. So, but it was for a much lower cost. And I think that's what you really have to do to differentiate yourself now. I think it's more impactful if you can really make a difference. Like Pixel's known for their cameras, right? You had a bunch of Android devices before then, back when they were the Nexus series. But with Pixel, as soon as we had the Pixel 2 and definitely Pixel 3, we had the cameras that stood out. And then the Pixel 4 just established itself as the dominant camera on the market at the time when it came out with the Pixel 4. So it's really interesting to see that, we have to continue to have that, right? Pixel arguably always has the best camera at that point when it's released. What does OnePlus have? And that is something that OnePlus kind of has to answer for themselves, really, because that is one thing that, how are they different? Why would a person that knows Samsung support, that knows all that stuff, get a different brand rather than Samsung? And I want that to happen because I like competition. I like, people pushing these brands. I think it's amazing that another flagship killer kind of competitor, Red Magic just released a phone called the Red Magic 7 Pro that I believe now just is coming in at about 800, so same as the regular OnePlus 10 Pro, but it has a better screen than any other smartphone out there at 1080p. But it has like 165 hertz refresh rate. It has an 199 touch sample rate. Like it has all these ridiculous things. But it even has a display with a under camera display that is better than Samsung's. So that really is interesting, right? Because it's like, okay, now you have another brand out there and they're forcing Samsung to do a better under screen camera for their Fold 4. And that's what we want to see with competition. We want to see that just spark of like continuing to drive people to do better. And I hope OnePlus does this very well, because if they can make this phone competitive with the A series 53 or with the Pixel 6a, I think that's what OnePlus really needs to do, is shake up that market to really stand out more than their Nord series has. And look, they could release another Nord, it looks like, that could have the SC2 Lite, but that one will be under 400 and it's going to have fast charging. But again, I'm not as interested in that, but we'll have to see how it goes. All right, then we have something new with Tiramisu. Now, Tiramisu is going to be the next version of Android. And the really cool thing that we're seeming to get from it right now that is being announced is, as people are beta testing, as people are trying it, the loading times are becoming much shorter on Android 13. And this be just because of better optimizations with better, bigger games, and also the download times have become shorter, again, shortening it so people only need to update from the last update, not entirely a new download. So that is really good to see, and I really hope this does improve better. This is just the kind of update that is very background focused, but it's something that people would notice. You would notice if your game loads quicker. If the screens, everything loads quicker, that is something that you would notice, and the people would, I think, really appreciate. All right, then we also have some details on the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro cameras. Now, the big thing we're getting here is that we are seeing that it should have the same camera sensors from before on the Pixel 6. So really, in terms of the sensor itself, Pixel did a big update last year because they had the same camera, I want to say, since the Pixel 2. So literally for 4 years, they had the same exact camera. They updated it last year. They're not going to update it again right away. So that being said, that it will have the same optics, but they're going to optimize it more in software and possibly, obviously, in the new Tensor chip. So the first Tensor chip did a really good job of competing overall compared to their first outing against Snapdragon. I'm hoping that this Tensor chip really steps it up, really ramps it up, and we're able to see a much, much better speed and boost difference from last year so that we can really have a much better experience. This, I think, would be really cool to see overall, to have us have a much better competitor in the processor market besides Snapdragon and now MediaTek. Maybe if Google does it really well, hey, you never know. There is a very good chance that they can make one with their own tablet or own Chromebook with the same processor, and then you're really starting to compete with the M series one. So yeah. All right. This one I thought was just interesting because obviously, you know, tablets and iPads, I feel, do not kind of get all the updates that we always get elsewhere. But this one kind of surprised me that I never thought that, oh, I don't have this on my tablet. And that is YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts hasn't actually been on Android tablets or iPads, and it's finally coming, basically, it looks like this summer. So this is a good feature. I think, you know, TikTok figured out a long time ago to put an optimized version onto tablets and iPads, and I think that was a very smart move, especially for, obviously, for iPad, or sorry, not for iPads, especially for Android tablets, because of the fact that it's really just a huge difference of that, right? That we're getting everything in terms of it. Sorry, are we running slow? Let me know, guys. I saw a little stutter right now. But it really is that TikTok figured that out, that they had to optimize it because obviously in China, Android is king over there. So it's really just a matter of getting everything optimized for every platform. And I hope we're going to see that more often. I'm very, very excited to see more Android tablet optimized apps. I mean, who knows if we'll ever get an Instagram one, right? But I think the biggest one that I want to see is a video editing app that is in high vein, which apparently is coming this summer. So we'll have to wait and see. And then a little update on Android TV 13. So they are working on a newer version of Android TV 13. We're hoping to hear about it at Google I/O next month. And one interesting innovation is that they're basically going to have a very low consumption when you're not really using the TV. Basically, the current Chromecast and current Google TV systems have been, again, slowing down the TVs just more than their processors sometimes can handle. And it just takes a second to kind of, if you ever go back and hit home after it's been on a screensaver, it takes a few more seconds than it should. Just because of the different rates. But it looks like they're going to fix that now so that when you're not using it, it's going to consume very low power and then still go back a lot quicker, which I'm definitely happy to see. All right, guys, that was the news. Now let's get to your questions. Again, if you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Robots, will you see data? I am seeing, I believe, 2 robots that I know of, but not data. But yeah, so some interesting things. Hey, Mullet Baby. We have Mullet Baby, as you know, he definitely always breaks stories with us. So thank you for joining us today. This is part of the shortage for the Galaxy Classic watches. For some active series as response, Samsung is issuing a full refund price effect for customers under warranty or Samsung Care. Interesting. So there's a shortage of Samsung Galaxy Classic watches, and so Samsung is, instead of giving a full refund if you have turned it in for warranty, or is giving, or through Samsung Care if they were supposed to fix it, but they can't and they want to give you a new one. Well, basically, right now, apparently, what they're doing is instead is giving you basically a full refund instead. That is interesting. I wonder why it's such a shortage. Is it just the processors? Is it the chassis? I'm wondering what's creating the shortage itself. I'm very excited about the Galaxy Watch 5 that we've been hearing about, because that one is supposed to have a substantially bigger battery compared to the Galaxy 4 watch, which, I keep telling myself I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change the watch next year. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to change the watch. This year was Google OS, Wear OS. So I was like, oh, I got to change for Wear OS, All right, let me change it. I will switch over to Wear OS. And then I'm just like, I'm not going to change next year. I'm not going to change next year. And now the battery life is supposed to be like 200 milliamps bigger. And I'm like, damn it. I'm going to change again. But yeah, they always get you. But it's something that's just like, man, for sure. No Pixel Fold in the article. Interesting. It is interesting because we've seen different articles talk about the Pixel Fold. I think we went over one 2 weeks ago, and it's been a while since, like, we've seen code names and everything like that, but nothing else in terms of the update for the Fold. We do expect it this year, or at least announced this year, but will it just be delayed again another year? Honestly, I just want my augmented reality glasses. I mean, foldables are cool, but I am so ready for augmented reality glasses. I don't know what happened to Samsung's. I'm not sure if it was the chip shortage that caused a delay in the Samsung augmented reality glasses, but that's what I'm really excited for. All right, but let's get to more of your questions. What is the best budget mid-range tablet? Ooh, see, it's really kind of difficult to point that out because of the fact that with tablets, you have a couple of different options. So let's go ahead and take a look. So one that I really kind of liked, was it the P11? No. Lenovo tablet 2021. Oh, wait. Tablet 13-inch. Okay. So we'll go with this one. And then let's go ahead and share the screen. So in terms of a mid-range tablet, that can be kind of interesting, right? So one that I really liked, but it's normal price right now. I'd wait till it goes on sale, which it has done several times. It's gone for $450, I think even a little bit less. But this is one of the best mid-rangers, I would say. Now it depends on what you call a mid-ranger, because now tablets are at $1,000. So mid-range technically would be anywhere, I would say, between $300 and $500. But obviously you can go higher and higher. So here's the thing with this one, though. This one is really good. It's 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, Android 11, Snapdragon 870, so pretty good processor. But the really cool thing about this one is it acts as an external monitor. I know I haven't had a chance to do the review for it yet. It's been something of a delay, but it's really cool because the other day when I did need an external monitor, I remembered I had this tablet, and so I brought it over, and it worked perfectly, like as the only monitor for a desktop that I had. So I connected it to a desktop, and it acted as a monitor. great, 13-inch display for it. So it was really good for that purpose. But then we do have we do have two options on the Samsung side that I think do really stand out. So first of all, you have the Samsung Galaxy A tablet, Tab A. And what are we to? Tab A8 now? So let's see, we have this one. Yeah, I think this is the same. And see, but then you have this. Okay. So here's the thing with, Samsung tablets. You'll have a Tab A8, right? So this one is going to be good for a newer tablet. It just came out in 2022. Newer tablet, has all the basic things you need. Apparently, the silver is an exclusive color for Amazon. So 179 really, I would say this is more of an entry-level tablet. But move over here, about double the price, or not double the price, $150 more. But at the $350 price point, well, this is a renewed one, so I don't know if we have a new one. Don't think we have a new one. This is a renewed one, so just know that there was something wrong with it. They fixed it, and now they're selling it renewed. For Amazon is directly, so the warranty is pretty good for that. But here's the thing. This one's $350, and this is a Galaxy Tab S6 tablet, which means it was pretty much the top of the line tablet 2 years ago. So for me, I would personally get an older Samsung Tab S tablet at this point. Why? Because this one is an AMOLED display. I'm pretty sure it was an AMOLED display. It was an AMOLED display. It has an S Pen. It has a faster processor. It has a lot of the best things that tablets had 2 years ago. And this has it all built in. So it's going to be a lot faster in speed. It's going to be more storage. It's going to, have a lot better things. I mean, you look at this 32 gigs versus 128. It has the SD card reader, has all these things. So there's a lot more benefits to it. Even if you don't want to get a renewed one, well, here's this one, right? We had that one at $179 for $100 more. You get the Tab S6 Lite. This one doesn't have an AMOLED display, but it does have an S Pen, and it does have 64 gigs of storage as opposed to the one with 32. So again, you're just getting a little bit better overall performance, and this is something that I personally highly recommend. I would recommend getting basically an older an older Tab S6, a Tab S6 Lite, over the current Tab A8, but that is my recommendation. So hopefully those help you out. Let me send these to you. So you have the Tab 8, the A8, the renewed Tab S6, and the Tab S6 Lite, which is brand new. So hopefully that helps you out. Oh, I don't know if I saved the Lenovo one. Let me send you the Lenovo one just in case. Although, again, I would wait till this one goes on sale. And a good way to always check your sales is just, check Honey if you don't have it already. This is not a sponsored thing or whatever. But if you look at the price history, I love looking at price history on something, because that way I can tell like if I should get it now or if I should wait. And look, this is almost at an all-time high. It's gone for $519. It's gone for $489. It's gone for $469. So, and that's just in the last 30 days. So, you can definitely get it cheaper. Look at that. Look at that. Normal price basically is $469 for this tablet. That is a really good price for a 13-inch. display, and it acts as an external display. So you can hook it up to a phone, you can hook it up to a laptop, you can hook it up to anything that needs a monitor, and it's a full monitor there. Plus, it's an Android tablet, and this one obviously will last a lot longer as an external monitor than even a regular external monitor. Normally, an external monitor, you have to plug in for power, or if it has a battery, it's like 2 or 3 hours. This is an 11-hour battery tablet, so pretty favorable. All right, so those are my recommendations for the mid-range ones. Excuse me. Have you seen the update for Apple's iOS app iMovie? No, I haven't. Is it anything special or just more of the same? Let me know. I don't have an iPhone. I did sell it the last one I had, and yeah, just don't have it right now. I'm using Samsung text messaging. Can you like messages or texts that are sent to me? When I long press, nothing happens. I don't know if you can do that on Samsung messages, but I believe you can on Google since they did the update. But let me see. Yes. So on Google, you can actually like, thumbs down, laugh, all that kind of stuff, add a message on Google Messages. But I don't think you can on Samsung. On Google, you just hold the text message down and it gives you the options to react to another conversation. And they do not have to have an iPhone. They can have another Android and you're fine. Let's see. Whoa, the Tab. Thank you, Mullet Baby, for the exclusives yet again. The Tab S8 FE was approved for full production April 5th. Release date fall. So I'm guessing we'll be getting it around the same time as. Oh, actually, never mind. I was going to say it's probably around when the foldables come out, but if it's the fall, it could actually be at IFA, which is the event that happens in September in Berlin. So, yeah. The Z Fold 3 is going to see a price drop soon as the Z Fold 4 is ready for Unpacked August. Let's help customers like a single hinge, like the single hinge and new cameras. Oh, I'm so happy to hear we're getting new cameras. That's awesome. Why? I mean, single hinge, so it's the same hinge than from before? I think the last one was a single hinge, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if I'm getting that wrong. So this is a TE as in entertainment. Tech Guy is an acronym, by the way. Technology, entertainment, creating, and housing. So I answer questions on all four. So in the E part, emphasis on E. How about Tech Rant about Morbius? Okay. I don't want to get into spoilers on Morbius, just because I don't like spoiling a movie. I really am always against that. But I'll say this. The after credits scene, I thought the movie was like whatever. I thought the movie Morbius was kind of like the Blade movies or or even, like an X-Men movie. It was a very 90s movie or early 2000s movie, superhero movie. Very generic, very basic, oh, this, and this happens, boom, 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 fine. I even thought Jared Leto was fine in it. I don't, I'm not into the whole Jared Leto bashing thing. I don't see a problem with his acting, to be honest. I mean, he's an Academy Award winner, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see an issue with him as a character. But these writers, and they're writing the Madam Web movie right now, too, which shouldn't be happening. It's a stupid concept to make a Madam Web movie. But anyway, I digress. Morbius, the movie was whatever. The after credits scene pissed me off. The after credits scene, reviewers had said this, and I was like, how is that? They said it was the worst after credit scene ever made, and it ruined the movie. I 100% agree with that statement. It was so tacked on. It ruined everything. It made no sense whatsoever. It ruined the entire movie for me. Like, I hate that movie because of the after credit scene and how much it shows Sony's stupidity when it comes to making movies. Like, it was it was trying to force something to happen as much as the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 did. Like, the horrible ones that Sony messed with before, it was that bad in a 5 minute at most, probably, after credit scene. It was the worst possible thing they could have done. I don't think they could have done anything worse. Like, anything worse. Like, they could have had Venom come in. They could have had Spider-Man come in. They could have done whatever, but that ending made the after credit scene of Morbius ruined the movie to an unbelievable degree for me. So that's what I'll say about as in terms of a tech rant and in terms of a movie review for Morbius. It was an okay movie, like whatever. Like out of the, I've seen 3 movies over the last 3 weeks. I saw Dumbledore, Secrets of Dumbledore this weekend. I've seen Morbius, and I've seen Sonic 2. Morbius is easily the worst one out of those 3. Easily the worst one. It's easily probably the worst movie I've seen this year. I mean, it was bad. That ending just, oh my god, that upset me. So yeah, that's my little rant on Morbius. Google Photos for free on T-Mobile. I heard that. So basically, if you have the Magenta plan, which is why I don't have anything for free on T-Mobile because I do not have the Magenta plan. Why don't I upgrade to the Magenta plan? Because in actuality, it's basically the same price that I would be paying now, but instead, it essentially makes my internet slower after 10 gigs or something. I forgot what it was, but it was something like, I was like, oh, so I still shouldn't upgrade, basically. So yeah, it just, for me, it's still not worth it to upgrade to the Magenta plan. But a really cool new feature that the Magenta plan has is that you get Google Photos Unlimited again. That is really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that is a really cool feature, and I am a little jealous of it. But it's just something that's really cool for T-Mobile customers, and more of these subscriptions and more of these carriers are really doing more to attract customers, and that's good. I want them to keep doing that so that basically, we just keep getting benefited as consumers. I got my 8 Ultra, didn't get Samsung Care Plus. Is it too late to get it? I think you have within the return period. So you should be able to add it. If you can't add it directly, you should call Samsung's customer service or go online and chat with them, and they should be able to add it through the phone or through the internet. I'm an Android user. I bought the iPhone 11, Amazon renewed, 128 gigs. Still get updated and still a good phone, almost 3 years. Love your show. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's cool. I mean, I always say people should try both. I always say people should know how to use an iPhone and people should know how to use an Android. It's a much better form, I feel like, of education in that sense, because it's just like, that way you know what features can actually be done and what features can't on the other side. So yeah. How much trade-in do you think Samsung will give you for the Galaxy 4 Classic watch towards the Galaxy 5 Ultra watch? Probably 200. I think last year was 200 for the trade-in, but I would say 200 or 250 will probably be the trade-in value. Every time I hear about AR stuff, I always mention Multi Scatter. Yes, it's definitely something that always comes top of mind. What's the best tablet stand for the 8 Ultra? I would get the Samsung protective case. So if you want to get like a stand, I would actually get the Samsung case to make it stand up. Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 protective case. Where is it? Maybe they don't have it on Amazon. Let's see, official. They definitely have it on Samsung's website, but maybe they don't have it online. From okay, so let's go Samsung's website so I can find it for you. Excuse me. So let's see. Mobile, tablets, tablet accessories. Let's go back to the screen again. Okay. So that's the covered keyboard, which is too expensive. Like, I cannot recommend that covered keyboard at all because it's just so expensive. Okay, so this one. 69 if you get like either a student discount or something like that, it's about 55 bucks. So this one is a really cool one because it's a very nice protective cover for the back and the sides of your tablet, as well as it has a pen holder and it has a really, really good kickstand. So this is one I would recommend for, it's called the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra protective one. And that's just a perfect one if you're looking for a kickstand for it. And let me also get you the link for it. Okay. And I'll move on to the next question while I read that. What do you think about the refreshed Galaxy Book 2 Pro? I'm not too big of a fan of Samsung's laptops, to be honest. They always have a really good screen, and I'm all for that. But the problem is they just don't have the best overall like specs for price. Like, let's see. So let's go back again to computing, to computers, and Galaxy Books. And which one did you ask specifically about? The Galaxy Book Pro 360. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, so the Galaxy Book Pro 360. So first and foremost, I'm going to make sure that it's not doing a trade-in so we can see the actual price. Again, if you guys want to get some of the discounts that you always see with here, you know, I always have it either to Samsung's friends and family discount or Samsung's, what do you call a discount? You know, student discount, whatever it is, just to get that deal. So you have an i7 processor. I think that's the only one you can get, right? I think if you go to the i5, oh no, you can get an i5 version. Okay, so can I take the, okay, I can't take the discount off. But basically, so $879. This is obviously the discounted price because normally it is what? 10. So normally this is $1,099 for a 16 gig of RAM, 13.3 i7 processor. That is too much. Oh, there it is. There, so that would be the regular price. This is too much for what you're getting. like this is a better price and it's like the super sale price, you know, but it's just too expensive. And then if you get an i5 version, it's 8 gigs of RAM, which is worthless. So yeah, for me, I would say that you're just paying too much for what you're getting. You're better off getting a Dell, which would be around $900 for a 16 gig and 512 storage, or a Lenovo, or another tablet that, or sorry, another laptop that would be a better quality. So there's lots of good things where it's going to be a much better quality than that for the same price, for a cheaper price. Sorry. Um, Am I new to YouTube? When you upload a video, it says age restrictions. What do they mean? All right, so if you're uploading a video and you want to assign age restrictions, that would basically mean that this is for mature audiences or mature, so that they won't show it for certain things. So obviously, they don't want it to be shown to a person that is a 13-year-old or even a 15-year-old if it's not suitable for them. So basically, you would put that it's not suitable for them. You can get flagged if it say like has blood or guts or something like that and all that kind of stuff, and you don't say that. So you always want to err on the side of caution when it comes to any of that stuff. So no matter what, err on the side of caution when you're uploading a YouTube video. If it has blood, guts, or cursing or all that kind of stuff, you always want to make sure that maybe you might say it should have some age restrictions. It won't like always be bad, but all it takes is one person to flag you and like, oh, this isn't suitable for kids. Like, this is very bad that they're talking like this and everything like that, and it's geared towards kids. So you just have to be careful when it comes to that. But yeah. Let's see. What's a good case for an iPhone 11? Any suggestions? I mean, you can see some. Last year we did all the different cases for the iPhone 13 Pro. So just take a look at that video. They all make the same cases for the iPhone 11. But I mean, I like Incipio, Spec, Ring Key, are the ones off the top of my head. Spigen makes some good ones. I'm rocking a Spigen one right now, although this kind of broke now. The kickstand, it doesn't always stay now. Like this part is very flimsy compared to what it was before, so a little annoyed by that. But yeah, so those are the main things for it. Let's see. I've been having issues with YouTube. I can't comment when casting to my TV. When casting from my phone, if I try to comment, the keyboard pops up and immediately down. Yeah, I would say that's an issue with the app and its interface to the TV. Um, you could uninstall and reinstall YouTube and see if that works, but it could just be a glitch with one of the last updates. So you have to wait till they patch it. That's either way is a possibility, but that's what I would try to do. I'd probably uninstall YouTube and then reinstall it. If you do have any downloads, you're gonna have to re-download them again. Just know that. But yeah, that's what I would probably do. Do you like the Samsung A series phones? I do. I got one, Samsung A53, right here. Still sealed in the box. Haven't had the time to open it and do videos on it. As most of you guys know by now, yes, I'm moving. So literally, I do not have a studio over here. It used to be a studio there. There's no studio there right now. So yeah, I'm in the in-between phase. I'm gonna try to do some videos when I get back from PAX. But it's just it is a challenge. Now about a month from now is when I'll be in my new studio. That's also going to take building up to do, right? Like I'll be able to do videos like this, no problem till then, but doing the top-down videos, doing different creative things, doing other types of videos, it is more difficult right now without a studio. I'm going to try to do essentially a makeshift studio when I come back, but until then, yeah, that's what I'm going with right now. Let's see. But yes, to answer your question, yeah, I think the A series is really good. I think the A53 is one of the best ones for the price you can get. For me, at the A73, you might as well get an FE model, an S21 FE model. But I really think the A53 is like that perfect blend of price point and really good quality. And I'll check it out as soon as I get a chance. But the A52 I really liked, and you guys seem to like it. It's still one of the top 10 videos every month. I want to say since November. So that video did not take off right away, but I want to say ever since November, probably when people started getting it for the holidays and stuff, that video took off, and it's maintained one of the best videos for a while now. Hey Ricky, is it possible to unlock a? Oh wait, sorry, one more thing. About upload YouTube videos for your own channel. Does ads automatically come with it? It's in comes do ads automatically comes are in the setting. Okay, so I can't necessarily answer this question because my YouTube is a lot different from other people's YouTube. It depends on when you got to be a partner, if you are a partner. So one, ads can show if you're not a partner and you get nothing from it. It is basically Google getting their own revenue while you are still building your audience. So that's that. However, when it comes to do ads automatically come when you are a partner, you have to apply for monetization. Applying for monetization is a little dollar sign on the left side in your YouTube studio. And basically, if you can click it, it will tell you how far you are away from optimization. I forget what the current thing is. I think it's like 1,000 subs and like over 4,000 hours of consistent people watching it. So like for instance, I don't even know how my son's channel would be doing now, but let's go ahead and see. So, oh man, I have to sign back in. I have no idea. My son's channel has 11,000 views. I'm assuming all those are from that one video, Cocomelon. 10,000 of those views are from Cocomelon. I really need to figure out my password. I don't remember for his account. But yeah, so I started a channel for my son, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos before I got way too busy and couldn't do any more for it. But on his channel, I could not monetize yet because he has 85 subs. Subscribe to Xander Meets World. You know, here we go. Just gonna drop that YouTube channel link right there. So just subscribe to it. I haven't done a video for a long time on it, but basically, yeah. So with that, you can. The whole idea was to start like a kids channel, all this kind of stuff. But I could not do monetization for that anytime soon because I needed to have over 4,000. I want to say it was 4,000 hours of watch time and at least 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, so that's how you can do it. But until you get that, then you can place your ads. So, you know, most people just do automatic placement. So Google kind of does, that's pretty much what I do. So that Google will decide when the ads are, when they start, when they end, and all that kind of stuff. That's just the basics. You can do it, I'm sure, getting more into it and more advanced than the way I do it. You know, you can like, oh, I want an ad here, 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 and here, you know, and then if they watch for 20 minutes, they've ran into 5 ads. I don't know. But yeah, you can do all that kind of stuff if you want to really get into it. Hey Ricky, is it possible to unlock Verizon device, specifically Tab S7 Plus? Also, I read a couple of articles from 2016 that Verizon only locked their device for 60 days. Is that still the case? I believe you have to be active with them for 60 days and then currently active with it, then request it. There are plenty of websites that will unlock it right away. So you have to find them. I know a sponsor of the channel one time was, I think, Unlock Cellular Net, I believe it was. There's so many unlocking websites. But I think they charged like something like $50 or something like that. And it unlocked your phone. So if you wanted to get it unlocked and you wanted it right then and there, it was perfect for that, right? So yeah, so that's the way I would probably go about it if you really need to get it unlocked and you don't want to wait. What's the best launcher for Android Auto? You know, I have not messed around with any alternative launchers for Android Auto. That would be a really interesting video because it would be something I would be interested in. So I will try to figure that out. That's a really interesting one, Holiday. I will. That is a very interesting, like, to switch out the launcher for Android Auto. That would be great. Very curious. I will see. Huh. Very curious on that. Because yeah, there are so many ways to do it, but I've been got into it. Could multiple spots inside of Morbius or 51st Day Questions movie be mildly good? Yeah. So yeah, we will go to the shameless plug though. Quiet Storm. Thank you as always for reminding me, and that is 51st Date Questions. 51st Date Questions is a game that I created. It's great for a first date or on a 2000th date with your significant other. You ask them a question, they ask you a question. You have a great time. You find out in the early stages if you're compatible at all. It works really well. I'm just saying, me and my wife played the game in one of our first dates, and 12 years. Just saying. So it works. 51st Date Questions, links in the description down below. All right. Hope the house stuff is going well. The house stuff is going very well. I'm in. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I'm in escrow. I'm in escrow, so that's always a good thing. So yeah, it's awesome. It's just really cool and really good. I call them kids because I just see myself as so older now. But I think it's a really good couple that got the house. So happy about that too. Uh, Ricky, do you like iOS or Android for mobile? I definitely prefer Android. I like the customization more, and I like the openness of Android's ecosystem more. And I have nothing in iOS, so like for me, I feel obviously they always called iOS a walled garden, right? Because if you are hooked on iOS for either whatever feature of it, if you're hooked on iOS for oh my god, I forgot the iMessage, or if you're hooked on it for Apple TV. Just kidding, no one cares about Apple TV. But yeah, if you're whatever you're hooked on it for, is exactly what people it keeps people from leaving. I do not have anything of those features. I don't give a damn about iOS's features in terms of their ecosystem to keep me in it. So yeah, so I have no problem without having that. Does the SD8 Gen 1 heats up a lot or something in the S22 Ultra? Not really. I think you only are going to get it heated up really if you play, gaming basically. I haven't had it heat up on me except when doing that or on a really hot day when it's on my dashboard. But this is a good sign in terms of, like Samsung phones or even the Pixel phone. I have not had a phone do what it used to do in a while. Used to be on a very hot day, it would basically always tell me, hey, your phone is too hot to charge right now, so we're going to stop charging. I haven't had that happen to me in years. So I think that is, you know, towards what we are now getting, which is better heat reduction in terms of smartphones now. The S22 is okay, no SD card. What's the best replacement to save your storage? The best one is to get the higher storage. Samsung at least did a really good thing for pre-orders to kind of, you know, helped people make easier decisions, which was that when they pre-ordered it, the all of the prices were dropped for the cheaper version. So for the price of a 128 gig, you got the 256 gig. And for the price of the 256 gig, you got a 512 gig. It's how I ended up getting a 512 model. I was going to get a 256 gig model, and that was going to be it. But because they did the price point at, you know, the lower price, I was like, well, yeah, now it's only what I was going to pay anyway was going to be for the 256 gig model. So now that it was cheaper for the 512 model, I went with it. So yeah, but that's the best solution. There are lots of other solutions, you know, backing yourself up to Google Photos is a really good one. You might have to pay if you obviously back up too many. You can do high resolution though instead of original resolution. That will delay your time before you need to pay. But in that case, you know, Google Photos used to be free for unlimited photos. Now they have changed that, so now you do have to pay for it. But yeah, unless you're on T-Mobile Magenta plan, then it's for free still. But yeah, so those are some of the best things. Another thing could be like a NAS system. A NAS system is basically an external hard drive that connects to your router. And so therefore you can get an app like, you know, say if it's Western Digital or whatever, and basically back up to your own personal cloud storage. So yeah, those are different options. Another option is a charger we reviewed a little while back from SanDisk. It was a wireless charger with a built-in storage. So every time you drop the phone down, it would back up to that wireless charging pad. So yeah, those are all different options. It makes me wonder if Android Auto has an auto version of Nova Launcher. Not as far as I can tell that you can do that, but I'm very curious. I'll have to try to check it out. All right, guys, I think we will call it a show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, there will be no Mobile Weekly next week. I will be flying in from Boston basically at the time I would normally be shooting, so therefore no Mobile Weekly. But a lot of fun. I'll be having, again, follow on me on social media at YouTube Tech Guy, and I should be having a lot of fun while I'm there. All right, guys, thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure to give a like, thumbs up before you leave. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.